Okay, so we will continue with this video with an example. So we need to determine the flow rate. So water is flowing in a weedy excavated earth channel of trapezoidal cross section. So weedy excavated channel, so I think we have a corresponding n value for that one. With the trapezoidal cross section has a bottom width of 0.8 meters and a trapezoid angle of 60 degrees from the horizontal, from the bottom. Then the slope angle, or the S, is equal to 0.3 degrees. But we will not use the degrees, so we'll use the radian form of the slope, or the gradient. So if the flow depth is measured to be 0.52 meters, the 0.52 of a meter, we have to determine the flow rate of water through the channel. So we have to determine the Q, or in this case, in this book, it's volumetric flow, V. So what would your answer be if the bottom angle were 1? So pila ko na Q kung 3, and pila man sa ko na Q, how much Q if slope is increased from 0.3, it will be increased to 1 degree. Okay, so in this problem, we need to, diba, in order to determine the Q, we need to determine the area, and we need to determine the velocity. So in determining the velocity, we also need to determine the R, and the R is a function of area over the weighted perimeter. So the area of the flow, cross-sectional area, and the weighted perimeter. This is the weighted perimeter. Okay, so water is flowing in a weedy trapezoidal channel. A given dimension of the flow rate corresponding to the measured value of flow depth is to be determined. So assumption, so the flow is steady and uniform. So wa man siya gihatag, wa man siya niingon. It's not given as unsteady or non-uniform flow. So we'll just assume that it's steady and uniform. Then there's no other slope nga gihatag, so the bottom slope is constant. The roughness of the weighted perimeter of the channel and thus the friction coefficients are constant. So Mannix coefficient for an open channel on a weedy surface, find out as 0.03. So you can recall that one in the table for the value, estimated value. So first we need to, as I've said, we need to determine the area, because the area is used to determine the velocity and the Q. So to determine the area, you can use this equation, or you can solve the area on your own, diba? You have different way to solve for the area of the trapezoid. So pwede taog long side plus short side divided by 2, then multiplied by the distance between the two sides. You can, if you have your calculator, you can solve this one. So same as like answer. The area is 0.5721 square meter. Then the weighted parameter is after na siyang gi-add ang side. So 2y over sine theta. So that's the weighted parameter. Di na nako i-discuss in detail to solve for the area and the weighted perimeter. So no, you can, I know that you can solve for that. Kabalo man mo geometry, so you can solve for the area and the length, weighted perimeter. Then the hydraulic radius is just the ratio between the area and the hydraulic perimeter, or the weighted perimeter. So that's 0.2859. So as I've said, we will not use the given slope na 0.3. Instead, kuhaon na to ang iyang radian form, yung radian, which is 0.005236. So naanataan ni weighted parameter, slope, the Manning's equation, So we can plug in those value in our equation.